Hey, I'm Noelle.
And I'm Marisa, but Noelle calls me Pete.
I do.
And welcome back to Take It Home. Now, if you're watching, you might be like, whoa.
Where are these two?
Where are they?
These two silly, crazy girls.
You guys, we're filming outside today.
In the sun in Florida.
The sun in Florida. Woo. I mean, look at the gorgeous backdrop. Look at the clouds.
It looks fake.
It's February 21st.
Yes. It looks like we're using a fake backdrop on photo booth.
But it's not fake.
It's not fake.
It's the real dealio. So because we're recording outside, you may hear some noises.
Some chitter chatter, some critters, some water flowing, some screams of children in the pool next door.
Yes. So just enjoy the ambient noise.
Yeah. It's like you're here with us today.
Yes.
Close your eyes and pretend like you're in sunny Florida.
Yeah, and it's amazing because it's the dead of winter in New York, and that's always a tough time.
Yes. So we actually take this trip. This is our third year taking it. So our friend Michaela, who we've talked about a lot on the pod, and she was a guest in one episode, she performs at an awesome theater company in Fort Lauderdale called Slow Burn Theater Company. Or maybe just Slow Burn Theater. I don't know. It's Slow Burn. They put on incredible shows, and she's been in their productions for the last 3 years. So every single year we go and visit her and see her show and then hang out at her husband's house. Husband, that's so weird.
Her husband's family's house,
yes.
Like his childhood home.
So we literally sleep in his older brother's childhood bed. He probably doesn't know who we are. And you know what's funny? Because the past 2 years, his family has actually been out of town, so we've had the whole house to ourselves. But this year they're here, and they might be looking at us through the windows.
Filming a podcast in their backyard.
They're probably like, who are these girls and what are they doing?
But it's amazing. Their yard is
stunning.
Beautiful. There's a pool. We're going to go to the beach tomorrow.
Yep.
And
so it's our little vacation.
Everything is all is well. Life is worth living again.
Life is worth living.
So,
this breeze feels nice.
It's so nice. I'm so happy. Noelle and I are such sun gals. We love the sun. We love the beach. We love to roast.
Yes.
Out in the sun.
We do. It makes me feel so much better.
A little vitamin D. And a little vitamin C.
Wait, that was perfect.
Transitioning into our sip of the week.
Which has vitamin C. Can you guess what it is? Orange juice.
Yes.
Because we're in Florida.
Sorry, it's basic, but it's good.
Very easy for you guys to make.
Sometimes you don't need all the frills.
I wish that we could tell you that we got fresh Florida oranges. We picked them from the tree and we made fresh squeezed orange juice, but we didn't.
No,
this is just like store-bought orange juice, but not from concentrate. Just never from concentrate.
High pulp as well.
And I love pulp. Okay, cheers. Wait, I didn't make eye contact.
Eye contact.
God.
I love orange juice.
I
know you love it. You love it more than I do, I think.
I love it more than the average person, maybe. Smile of the week, smile of the week. Smile of the week, smile of the week.
I didn't even think about what mine was going to be.
Same.
Now that the moment has arrived.
But I have many.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Which one?
I'll go first.
Okay.
And I feel like you might be thinking about this one as well.
Okay.
I mean, it's obvious that one smile is that we're in Florida in the sunshine, sitting next to a pool, and tomorrow we're going to the beach. But I want to say, we had incredible thrifting luck yesterday.
It was so fun.
I wasn't expecting to get anything. You know, me and Pete were honestly like, we need to spend $0 on this trip because...
and of course, the first thing we do is shop.
Yep. But
God, it's hard to pass up a thrift.
I will say, you guys, I bought like hundreds of dollars worth of stuff for $53. I got 2 pairs of Levi jeans, a pair of Cynthia Rowley shoes for $10. We went to the Goodwill.
And it was like beautiful and clean, and there was so much good stuff in there. That's what I'm talking about with suburban Goodwill, like a little thrift.
It was
suburban store.
Amazing. And I also got a Ralph Lauren shirt. I got 2 other cute ass shirts. And yeah, it was all for $50. And it's crazy because that would have been expensive if it wasn't thrifted. And I wasn't expecting to get anything. I was just like, I'll look around. But then I started seeing things that I've actually been talking about that I need. Like I really have been needing new jeans. And I was like, I'll just look. Yeah, got 2 pairs of jeans. They were each $8 for Levi's.
Crazy.
And they fit me perfectly. So cute. So that's my smile. And then we went to an antique shop after. And I didn't get anything there, but I was obsessed with everything. I love antique stores. So many cute plates and teacups.
So many beautiful things.
So cute. So yeah, my smile was having incredible thrifting luck. And we're thrifting again on Monday at different thrift shops in Florida. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What's your smiley smile?
Well,
I'm going to take my sunglasses off.
Last night, after we had our thrifting moment, we went to see Michaela's show, and it was amazing. And then we also went to like this happy hour before where we sat outside.
So nice.
In the Florida warm weather, and we got like $5 glass of rosé and all of these little small bites.
They
and
were each $5
it was
for
just
happy
like a
hour.
really cute place. I was so content. We had a quality time, and then we
did.
Went to Michaela's show, and the show was awesome. It's the show is beautiful. The Carole King musical.
It was really good,
and it was awesome. Yeah,
the lady, hello. What that sounded like? I don't know. I don't call people lady. I
the
feel
lady.
Like.
Yeah,
the woman who played Carole King was absolutely phenomenal.
So good.
She sounded just like Carole King. Her voice was like butter.
And you could tell like she had been in the show. This is either 5 times before this, or this is her 5th time being in the show. And she's like played Carol and understudied Carol, and I think she was on the tour. And you can tell that the show just like lives in her. Like it was.
She knew what was going on.
It was so good. So yeah, that's my smile, and just like being here in Florida and what we have to look forward to today. Also, like I love that we're doing a podcast episode here. We weren't planning on doing this, but we had a really long week last week. I wasn't feeling well, and I was like, maybe we postpone to like tomorrow. And then Noelle was like, what if we film an episode in Florida? And then immediately was like, no, we can't do that. Because the thing is, like, it's not like we have a ton of equipment. Our lights are like the biggest part of that setup, but we, obviously we're filming outside. We have the natural light, which is gorgeous. But the other thing is, like, we're balling on a budget for this trip. So we bought, Spirit flight tickets that were very cheap, but we don't get a carry-on or anything. So we just packed backpacks.
Yep.
And I was like,
backpacking to Florida.
I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to fit our stuff, but we made it work. I was like, you know what? No, I want to film an episode in Florida.
It's fun to change it up.
Yeah. I'm just happy we're doing it. But we fit all of our shit into a backpack along with all of our other belongings that we needed for the weekend.
Also, our week was so crazy, like you said, and we have so much free time in Florida. So it's like, why would we try to fit in filming a sode during our stressful week when we have like 3 days of nothing?
And it's fun to just change it up. And
do you guys hear that airplane above?
There is an airplane passing over.
I wonder if you all can hear it.
Yeah, so I'm just very content right now. We made breakfast and ate it outside.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good weekend.
It is.
It already has been.
It's going to rejuvenate me.
Yeah. It's a nice reset for the middle of winter. Yeah.
So you guys, what are we talking about today, Pete?
We are talking about a little thing called birthday depression.
And guess what? If you're listening to this episode on March 5th, then it is Pete's birthday.
That is true.
So we're going to sing happy birthday to her.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pete. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Wait, what is that from Sing? It's like, thank you, Grandpa. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. But yes,
thanks.
this episode comes out on Pete's birthday, the day that we're filming today. It's
28.
not her birthday, but it comes out. So if you're friends with Pete and you're listening on March 5th, or if you're listening after March 5th and you didn't wish her a happy birthday, go back and say happy belated. What is wrong with you?
So we thought this would be a good topic just because of the birthday theme. And it's something that we've both struggled with in the past. I will say that this year, I'm not really feeling depressed about my birthday.
Good.
I just feel kind of like very neutral about it. I'm like, okay, another year. I have amazing people in my life. I don't even know how I'm going to spend it yet, but
I will be there doing whatever Pete wants to do.
We will see.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm not really feeling anything, at least right now. It might creep up, but I know that you struggled with it a lot this past year for your birthday in December.
It was like embarrassing.
Do you want to I've definitely felt that in the past. I think I felt nervous about my birthday last year, and then I ended up having a great birthday because my family came to visit, but I was just like, the thing is, there's a lot of pressure around birthdays, to make it this perfect day. And it's a day that's all about you. And I also think it's in our brains, it's like, all right, who's going to show up for me today? How many people can I count around the dinner table? Or like, who's going to wish me a happy birthday? Who's not? Who's going to show up for me? Who's going to come to my party? Who's not? Like, it's anxiety inducing.
It is.
And it's kind of a moment to take stock of like who's in your life and like where you are in your life and the prospect of getting older and all that. But why don't you touch on some of your feelings from this past year? Because I know that it was the worst I've ever seen you. Because I know that
it was really bad.
I know that you struggled with it in the past, but this past year was the worst I've ever seen it for you. I was like, she not being herself.
I was not okay. I was like low-key not okay for like 3 weeks leading up to my birthday.
Wow.
Not 24/7 for 3 weeks, but especially the week of, I was like, I think it's a mix of a lot of things. One, I think turning 28 felt kind of scary. Like, I don't know, people in their like 50s are going to listen to this and be like, oh my gosh. But I don't know. It's like late 20s. I'm closer to 30 than I am 25.
That is weird. Whoa.
So one, there's that. I think, honestly, a lot of it was midlife crisis for me. Like, something about this holiday. So my birthday is December 18th, which is exactly a week before Christmas. And so normally when I go home to Greensboro, my hometown, for the holidays, there's all these Christmas parties and stuff. And I do experience birthday depression and anxiety like pretty much every year a little bit, besides like 1 year I can think of where I just decided to have an amazing birthday and did it somehow. But this year felt a little different. I feel like I'm like, I just turned 28 and I'm still not on Broadway and I'm still in debt. And I so one of those things was just like, okay, getting older, and I'm going back to Greensboro for all these people to be like, Noelle, what's up in New York City? And I'm like, still a tour guide and not doing what I want to do. So one, there's that, like turning another year older and feeling like I'm not where I want to be yet in life. But also, I think I put a lot of pressure on me having a boyfriend on my birthday too, which is interesting. And it wasn't very healthy, I don't think. We're still getting to know each other. He did a wonderful job. He was very thoughtful. But I think I was just like, I had such crazy expectations in my head and just like wanted to feel so loved and perfect, because I've had boys in the past like not wish me happy birthday when I liked them, or just like Frank Moot, a recurring character, ruined my birthday a few years ago. He came to my birthday party and then he left early and then like ghosted me for 3 days. And I was obsessed with this man and it just hurt my feelings so bad. So I think I was just like I was kind of putting however much Rodney likes me is how much he will put into my birthday, kind of is how I was seeing it. But people also experience birthdays in different ways. Like, he doesn't really celebrate his birthday. And yeah,
I will say, I think it's important maybe to mention that to Noelle and I, birthdays are a big deal.
But okay, and then another thing that gets me is I think birthdays are a big deal. Like I always try to make my friends feel special on their birthdays. Sorry if you're a friend and you haven't felt special by me, I apologize because I do normally care about that. So I think that then in return, it's like I have these expectations, but then I don't want to ask for them because it's like, ugh, I want people to want to celebrate with me because they want to, not because I'm like, okay, we're going out to dinner. And then I was also in a bad financial place in December. And I was like, I don't want to, like, yes, ideally I want to go out to dinner for my birthday, which I ended up anyways, because Pete took me out for my birthday. Surprise, surprise, which I did not ask for. But I think I was kind of like I want to go out to dinner with my friends for my birthday, but like I can't afford to get dinner right now. And I know that my friends are going to pitch in and pay for me on my birthday because that's what we all do for each other on our birthdays. But something felt weird about it, like asking for something that I wouldn't be able to provide myself. Like it just felt like, okay, come get dinner with me. And then inside, I know you guys are going to pay and that's going to work out for me because I don't have the money. Like I want the people to treat me if I can also treat myself.
Right.
So there was a bit
sense.
of that and just like high expectations. And I don't know, but it made me feel like really mentally unwell. Like it literally felt like I was off of my anxiety medication for a couple of weeks. So my birthday does that like every single year. Like for a couple of days, I feel so unwell. And yeah, I think it's because I'm like thinking about like, oh, well, if this friend doesn't do this, then they don't like me or I don't even like know exactly what it is. I hope I did an okay good job at describing this. But yeah, definitely having a boyfriend and seeing like always thinking like I can't wait until one day like I have a boyfriend and they treat me like a princess. Like I don't know. And he did like I woke up to pancakes with little candles in them and sprinkles on the pancakes and he sang happy birthday to me and it was really sweet. But yeah, I think people have different expectations and birthdays mean different things to different people. So for me, it's like, I want all of these things because I would give you all of these things. But
that's interesting. Yeah. Because if someone else doesn't view their birthday or like I feel like it goes with the way you're raised as well. I mean, like if you're not raised to, if birthdays weren't a big deal in your household, then maybe you just don't view it as something that deep. But then like you have friends or like a significant other that was raised in a different way and it's a big deal to them. And so it's almost like the love languages in a way that we talked about a couple episodes ago. It's like some people think they're a big deal, some people don't care about them, but it's like you have to know for the people in your life like how they like to celebrate and like and so I know that birthdays are a big deal for you and as they are for me as well. And not in a way where I'm like I don't know, thinking about my upcoming birthday, I feel very neutral about it. I feel very chill. I don't need anything extravagant, but at the same time, it's like I've always talked about how I love any excuse to celebrate and you want people to show up for you, you know, and you know, whether or not people do can make you feel a certain way or another. And I remember leading up to your birthday, because you were feeling all of this inside, like what you had just explained. And I didn't know that necessarily because you weren't communicating that to me.
Yep.
And I kept asking you very like, not thinking, oh my God, she's freaking out inside. Like, hey, your birthday's coming up. Like, what do you want to do this year? Because we usually do go out to dinner. And then there have been years in the past where you went home early and you weren't even in New York for your birthday because it's so close to Christmas. So I was like, are you going to be in town for your birthday? Like, what can we plan on doing? And you just kept saying, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. And don't plan anything around me. And I was like, well, I'm not. Okay. I was like, that's fine. It's fine. So then like it gets closer and I'm like, I don't know. I just keep asking about it. And there was this one day where I could tell because I was like, do you want to have people over? Do you want to go to dinner? Like whatever you want to do, like I will organize something for you. I just need to know what you genuinely want. Because you kind of kept saying you didn't want to do anything. And then I was like, does she really not want to do something? Because I can respect that. But I'm like, I don't want, because I felt like you did want to celebrate in some way, but just didn't want to communicate it. Right. So yes, it caused you a lot of anxiety, and we ended up having. I mean, I would say we had a good day. Like we did something very chill and had like your sister and one other friend over because you had a couple of other friends out of town and. At night, and we just had little like a meze platter, and like Sarah made you a cake, and that was your actual birthday.
Yeah. I think I was sad too because a couple of my friends were out of town, and yeah, like I was sad because Claire was about to move, and I was like, she's moving before my birthday, so I don't get to celebrate my birthday with her.
Yeah.
And that made me sad too. But I mean, also like it's not something that like hurts my feelings. Like it's no one's fault. It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the birthday blues. But
It's
yeah,
interesting.
I definitely have a habit of not communicating the things that I want during times like this. And that's something Rodney and I talked about too. He was like, I like want to give you what you want. I just don't, because I kept being like, it's fine. Like, I don't need to do anything for my birthday. And he took that as like, I genuinely don't want to go out to dinner or do anything. And because I was telling him like, I don't want to go out to dinner with my friends because I don't want to make them pay for whatever. And he was like, oh, so like I shouldn't take her out to dinner. He took it very literally, which is so understandable.
But it's so hard in that situation because, like,
I don't want to be like, take me out.
The
but
reason
also, like,
you're not communicating it is because you're like,
I feel bad.
Yeah, right.
It's like I feel rude being like, I want people to take me out to dinner and I want you to take me out to dinner. But now he knows. And now I've communicated that. And actually, he's very sweet. And he was like, I'm going to redo your birthday so you get the birthday you want. So now my new birthday will be sometime in the next couple of months. It was going to be March 20th, but I think we're having to reschedule again. We're going to the Met Opera, which is so cute. He bought us tickets to the Met Opera. And I told him the other day, I said, oh, and by the way, before the Met Opera, we're going out to nice dinner. And he was like, okay. Like, so fine with it. I think I need to communicate what I want.
I feel like, at least in the beginning, like when you're first getting to know each other and how each other goes through life, and like, you know, you haven't even known each other for a year, so you haven't had a birthday together, you haven't had these big moments together yet, so it's like the only way to kind of learn that about someone is to live life with them and to communicate like how you like to do things. And I think you've made it clear, and I think he'll get it from now on, you know?
I think like, I was just like, in my brain, I was like, I want to wake up to my apartment filled with flowers. And he, like, I don't know, just like all of these like big gestures I think I had in my mind.
Yeah.
And he would not want that for himself literally at all. So I think he was thinking, I literally told him like, I don't need to celebrate, which was not true. I wanted to celebrate. And so he was, in his brain, did the best he thought. But now we're redoing it to what I actually want, which is sweet.
Yeah.
But I've also definitely felt it a lot in the past, not in relationships too. Like I think that just like made it worse this year. Because of also all of the pressure that society puts on relationships and like big gestures from men to women and whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But Pete, when in the past have you felt birthday depression, and what feelings did you feel?
I've definitely had birthdays where I was waiting for one specific person to text me happy birthday, aka someone I was dating.
Oh my God.
And I think I might have mentioned this on the pod. This was the guy who ghosted me. If you haven't listened to, well, unfortunately, there have been two people who have ghosted me at
the
this
other
point.
guy who ghosted you also didn't wish you happy birthday one year.
Right. Yeah. And then we like ended. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to get into that one. But the first guy who I talked about on the ghosting episode, which if you haven't listened to that, go listen to our ghosting episode. We both have crazy stories about people who've ghosted us. Like I remember he was kind of in the midst of ghosting me, but I didn't know it at the point because, you know, when you're getting ghosted, you don't know that you're getting ghosted until time has passed and you're like, oh, he ghosted me because he never reached out, whatever. Yeah, my birthday was kind of the turning point when I was kind of waiting all day for him he was watching my stories. And I go into more depth about this in the ghosting episode, but you know, people post stories for your birthday. That's another thing that we can talk about too, because it's less of a thing now. I feel like to post on your story for someone's birthday, but I feel like a few years ago, it was such a thing. Like, who's going to post for me? How many posts do I get? Like, and really, in reality, that doesn't matter as much as like who are you actually spending the day with, who's maybe sent you a thoughtful text message, you know. But it's kind of like this way to show people like, look how many people love me, look at all of these stories I'm reposting, you know. So that's just like a thing too. But whatever, people have posted for my birthday and I reposted some stories and just what I was doing on my birthday, of course. And he was watching my Instagram stories and not wishing me a happy birthday like a freak. And
so weird.
I was trying to have a good day, and I did. I actually had a wonderful birthday that year, but in the back of my head, I was thinking,
is he going to text me?
All day. I was like, okay, it's noon, no text. Oh, it's 4 p.m., no text. Oh, it's 7, no text. And then, it just never happened. And I remember that day, I had an awesome dinner. I had so many friends show up for me that day in person, and I had a great time. And I think I was able to put it in the back of my head. But then when I got home, I was like, all right, before I go to bed, I need to say this. And I had an amazing day, but he did not wish me a happy birthday. And I cried, and I was like, but I still had a good day. But
and
and then something sort of similar happened the next year with a different person. Things like that. I think when I'm dating someone, it definitely gives me, I don't know. I've always started dating someone where it's either my birthday's coming up or their birthday is. And it's how do you navigate that, especially in the early stages? And I mean, a birthday text would be nice. That's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you wish them a happy birthday.
Yeah, come on. But that's what comes to mind. And then also just surpassing 25 and then on has felt a little weird every year. I think I'm good at not letting it get to me too much, but I do feel that pressure creep in that you were talking about of just okay, I'm turning 28. That's almost 30. And am I where I thought I would be?
No,
but
I thought I'd be a lead on Broadway right now.
But also there are so many amazing things happening, and
yes.
I do love my life. When you're younger, you just have this idea of, oh my God, 28. That's so adult. Of course, I'm going to have my life figured out by then. And I think most people in their 20s realize, oh, no one really has their shit together. Everyone's on a different path.
Mm-hmm.
And society kind of doesn't set you up to understand that your 20s aren't for having it figured out.
Yep.
Some people do get it figured out in their 20s, and that's great, but not everyone does. So every year, after passing mid 20s, it does get a little scary. I try not to I think I've been very good recently because I think I used to spiral a lot about my life.
Mm-hmm. Comes and goes.
It comes and goes. Of course, I have good days and bad days, but one off thing would happen, but then I would start thinking about every other thing. And
For sure.
Oh, I don't have a relationship. I'm not making as much money as I want to be making. I'm not on Broadway. I'm blah, blah, blah. And then it just spirals into every single thing that's quote unquote wrong with my life.
Well, the money and career thing always go together, which obviously that sounds duh. But I feel when I start spiraling about money, I'm short on rent. I'm
it's so easy to spiral. Yeah. Because they're interconnected.
It's I can't pay my rent and I just can't. And it's because I can't get this job I want and I'm not going to work a 9 to 5 because I need.
And then I just get existential and I start thinking about how hard I work and how long am I going to have to. But okay. And I will say, I used to be like that. And of course, I have moments and days where that comes back, but I have gotten better at living in the present. I know that sounds so cliche because everyone says the key to happiness is living in the present moment. But one day I feel I just realized, whoa, I haven't been spiraling about my life as a whole as much as I used to, even though I'm still grinding. I'm still trying to get the career I want. I still am single, whatever. Nothing's really changed. It's just that I feel all of a sudden I got better at just literally living a day at a time. And it sounds so cheesy and annoying, but appreciating what is going well and the little things in the day to day.
I mean, that's what you have to do.
Yeah. But I feel for a while, it was really hard for me to do that, or I would have to actively think about doing that. But yeah. I think I kind of hacked my brain and one day I woke up and realized I don't really have to actively think about that. That's just kind of what naturally comes to me. So when I do have bad days and I spiral, I'm reminded, oh, this is not as familiar of a feeling anymore, which is good.
Yeah.
And everyone's allowed to have those bad days. Like, you should probably have those bad days. It's healthy to have all of those feelings. But I think that the reason why I'm just not feeling as existential this year is I've just been I think I've got exhausted.
I mean, that makes sense.
From worrying about my life and my future. And I'm just like, well, I don't know. Okay. Like, whatever happens, and things are
literally.
good. Like, things could be so much worse. And I am grateful for like the friends I do have and my family and our apartment and my jobs. And it's like, things have been and could be so much worse. So it's just, ow. That's why I'm not feeling too bad this year.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, I think birthday depression, this is maybe going to sound off topic, but I kind of see them going together for me. My birthday depression in the past like few years has made me realize that I don't want a big wedding, I don't think.
That is so interesting that you say that. I don't know if I've related it to birthday in my head, but lately I've been thinking about weddings a lot. Not a lot, but I guess maybe for the first time I've thought about what I actually might want for my wedding.
And I had the same are getting married.
I know, yeah. I had the same thought. I was like, I actually might want something very small and intimate and like different than the traditional kind of wedding. But I don't know.
Same.
That'll depend on who I end up with and how I am at that time. But
I am not at all ready to get engaged or married, like at all. There are so many things that need to happen for me. One thing, a goal that I've set for myself, like when my career is finally doing well and I'm no longer working my day jobs and, you know, like ideally would like to live by myself for at least a year. And then I want to live with partner for a year, maybe at least, and then get engaged and married. But all of this like depends on my career
and finances.
Because
it's like you have to have enough money to be able to live on your own, number one.
And I don't want to rely on a man either. Like, I want to make my own money. I want my career, not his. I mean, obviously I want his career as well, but like I want mine to be thriving. And maybe like we're both in a place where we're both like thriving and we're like, okay, like, yay, time to get married. And for me, I don't see that happening for a few years, quite honestly. Like, but even thinking about, and maybe what I want will change. Maybe maybe life will be so different. I don't know. But as of right now, I think about how fucking anxious I get on my birthdays and when things are like all about me. And I'm like, I think that I would have a panic attack on my wedding day if I had like the typical wedding, like everybody freaking out, my mom freaking out, my sister helping me, like there's so many people because I'm always so worried about what everybody else thinks and wanting everyone else to have a good time rather than me. And I don't, like, there's a world in which I'm like, maybe I'd get eloped. I don't fucking know. Like, I want some kind of celebration with my friends. But I could literally see myself like getting eloped or having a very small wedding and then having a big party after it to celebrate with my friends. But I don't know if I want the big traditional. Also, it costs tens of thousands of dollars.
It's crazy, the wedding culture.
And I'm like, y'all, I would rather put all of that money towards like a 2-month-long honeymoon.
Yeah.
Instead, like, that's so much money for one night of your life.
It's interesting because our friend Michaela, who we talked about, whose husband's family's house we're staying at right now, when she was on the podcast, her whole episode, because she had just gotten married, she got married in October, we talked a lot about the pressure of planning a wedding.
Yes.
And I mean, talk about not wanting to ask people to do things for you, like on your birthday. A wedding is like times a million.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with traditional weddings either. Like, I love weddings, and I've never felt like, I don't know, like the friends' weddings who I have been blessed to attend and be a part of, I haven't thought twice about giving, to that. But it's hard when you're on the reverse end of things. Maybe like, I don't know. And then just also just making sure everything goes perfect for the one day. It's like literally a birthday on steroids.
On like a million steroids.
Yeah.
You know, in college, I don't know if you know this, but I wrote a paper about the TV show Bridezillas. It was like,
I don't think I knew
think
that.
I wrote it in my sex and gender class. And I wrote this whole paper about Bridezillas and how the TV show's kind of fucked up because it shows these women who are quote unquote Bridezillas, aka like on their wedding day, like just screaming at people, being like scary. But I wrote a paper about the like reverse side of it. And it's like women are brought up and socialized to think that getting married and our wedding is the most important day of our life. We grow up watching like all of these princess movies. Cinderella gets married at the end. Little Mermaid gets married at the end. Like we're all like we grow up thinking like this is the most important day of our lives. So there's all of that energy behind it. So of course you're like wanting your wedding to be perfect because since you're fucking 2 years old, you're like, one day I'm going to be married and wear a white dress. So it's like years and years of that. And then on your wedding day, on the TV show Bridezillas, they definitely make things like go wrong, probably on purpose too. And they're putting you so much pressure on these women. Of course, they're going to freak the fuck out. I even snapped on you on my birthday a couple years ago.
You did.
Like, I mean, it was very small. Pete like asked me a question and I was like, I don't know. And like, I'm like, but yeah, like that on steroids. And so I wrote a paper about how society puts all this pressure on weddings. And so like I kind of think about that too. Like there's just so much pressure around it. And on the reverse side of that, I think that, you know, I'm sitting here talking about how a wedding is so expensive and why spend that much money in one night. But I also think that that's valid if that is what you want to do, because we grow up thinking like this is one of the most, if not the most important day of our lives. So that's why people put so much money and time and effort into like making sure it's a perfect day, because that's what a lot of people are raised thinking it's supposed to be.
And then everyone around you does it, and your family wants you to do it almost.
It makes sense. And if that's what you want, and if you're like, I've been dreaming about this day since I was 5 years old, it's going to be magical, then that's worth it for you. I've never really been someone who dreamed about my wedding. Like I maybe like when I was little, yes, like one day I'm going to meet a prince and get married. Like I've always dreamt about falling in love, but like I don't really have a vision for my wedding day. Like I don't think like my dream is to wear this kind of dress and this.
Like I've always thought, oh, like I'll think about that when the time comes.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you brought that up, because just because people are getting married, attending more weddings, whatever, it makes you think, what am I going to want?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that a little bit too.
I care a million times more about my honeymoon than my wedding day.
Like I care about like I want it to be a special day. I just don't know how, like what's the best setup for me to feel good about it and not like stressed and like it's for everyone else other than me and the person
exactly
that's supposed to be celebrated, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't know what that would be for me. Maybe it is like a big wedding. I have a big family. I don't know. Maybe it's something smaller. I just don't know. I don't know. I haven't thought about it like that. So
I just grew up having, I'm about to sound so annoying, but having so many friends. Like my mom and I would joke, like even in high school and college, that like my future wedding is going to have like 600 guests. And I thought that for so long. I was like, I'm going to have to invite like all of freaking Greensboro, North Carolina, all of the musical theater program at Elon. I've just always been a very friendly, outgoing person. I make friends easily and I love people. And I think that, I don't know, getting older in the past few years too has shown me like I can have lots of friends and acquaintances and people I like and get along with, but that doesn't mean I have to like put so much time and effort into the people that wouldn't do the same for me. Like I've kind of stopped reaching out to people who like I've reached out to in the past, like we need like, hey, can we get dinner or lunch or coffee soon? But they wouldn't reach out and do the same for me. Not that they don't like me, but probably because life is busy and we're adults. Like I don't really do that anymore. Like I don't randomly text people who wouldn't randomly text me and ask to hang out anymore. And it's no hard feelings. It's just kind of like, I'm busy too.
Yeah.
Anyways, we started talking about birthdays and now we're talking about weddings.
But yeah, it's like the feeling surrounding it
like,
is similar.
I don't want wedding depression.
Yeah, that would be a little scary for you.
Like, I know, exactly. Like,
but also like, who knows when that'll happen and how it'll happen. And we have a lot of growth to experience before we get there. So
exactly.
It's
kind of freeing not being ready to get married quite soon, because a lot of people are, I feel like. And I think I care about my wedding ring, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to wear that every day for the rest of my life.
I care about it. Like, I definitely would want that to be something that I want. Like I want it to be like what I want.
Like beautiful.
I don't need it to be like a rock. But I need it to fit my style and like something
you'd look at for every single day for the rest of your life and be like, oh, it's beautiful.
I'm a jewelry girl, so I haven't even thought about that. I have no idea what kind of diamond I would want.
Yeah.
This is so funny. We're talking about weddings now.
I know. One thing that Spencer and Michaela did that I really love is on both of their wedding rings, they have a tiny little sapphire gem on the inside of the ring.
Oh, yeah.
So it's something that's like just for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like stuff like that too.
Something with like meaning.
Yeah, not just like, bam.
Like I don't care how expensive it is. I don't care how big the diamond is. I mean, I care to an extent. Like but not because of the money or like the value. It's more, I want it to look a certain way or just mean a certain thing. I like the sapphire idea.
But no judgment to anyone for anything. I have so many people in my life who are like, I want a fat rock. And I'm like, fine. You know what? And you should get one. Like, if that's what you want and you're wearing it for every single day for the rest of your life, then you should get it. Yeah. And you deserve a fat rock.
You know that feeling of like when you're a kid, like who's gonna come to my birthday party?
Yep.
Like I feel like that feeling never really goes away as an adult for some people, and maybe until you unpack that, because I get nervous that like people aren't gonna show up. But I was like, one, I don't want to keep asking people to come to these late shows, and then also I don't want no one to come. So like, what do I do? And
dude,
like,
it's so hard.
Yeah.
Especially being an artist, because you really do have to promote yourself.
Yeah.
Like I feel that way so much with the Night of New Works, because I know, and if you're listening and you've come to any of the shows I've produced, thank you literally so much. You have no idea how much it means to me, because I fully recognize that 54 Below tickets are expensive, but then there's a 25 drink minimum when you get there. And I just know that it's a lot. And so thank you if you've shown up. It feels like wrong to ask people to do that, especially other starving artists like us. Like I'm like, I know how much money I make and how stressed I would be going out to 54 Below one night, which I have done. And I do it because I'm like, I think about myself and okay, that sounds so selfish. I do it because I think about myself.
It's more of like an empathy thing of like, you know what it's like to be an artist. And it's like you would want people to show up for you.
Exactly.
Like artists supporting artists.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, that's the biggest thing you can give an artist friend is to buy a ticket and show up. And if you can't afford a ticket, promoting it online, just like,
it's really hard to kind of beat this system.
Yep.
Of just the way the world works, I guess. And like getting your foot in the door. And we all, like as smaller artists, just trying to make it, understand that feeling. And the only way to kind of, like a way for that you to kind of, I don't know, help other artists is to support them and to show up. Like that's the only way that anyone else is ever going to see some sort of success.
I think it's especially when it's like a smaller, like I mean, there are obviously like Andrew, for example. I was not about to miss Andrew's Broadway debut, but does he need financial help from me or career help from me? No. He is on Broadway. Me showing up to see his opening night of Book of Mormon isn't necessarily like supportive of his, it's not going to help boost his career, but it's being a good friend and showing that you care and showing up. But I think especially when it's like the self-produced shows, I mean, like obviously I'm biased, but like, or if you're like doing a concert, promoting your new music, promoting your new stuff, I think that's when it's really important and means a lot to have friends show up, because their showing up is actually helping your career, even if it doesn't seem like it, but just having like seats in the audience and like, you know.
And I've had shows where a lot of people did show up for me, and I felt so grateful. And like I had the best support system.
Dude, my
And
solo show,
yeah.
I felt so loved.
Mhm.
I was like, holy shit, this many people showed up for me.
And it's beautiful to like see. Okay, back to the topic of birthdays, but like in this regard, like how important do you think it is for friends to show up for each other on their birthdays?
Very.
Yeah, me too. But I feel like
For
some people might not agree.
You and I used to have a friend who did not really give a hoot about birthdays. And I remember like she would text me like maybe sometimes at like 8 p.m. on my birthday and just be like, happy birthday. And I remember kind of thinking like, you're one of my literal best friends ever. And you're texting me at
Lizard.
Oh my God, a lizard.
Anyway.
Hello, little Zard. Is it a blue one?
No, I wish.
That would be awesome. But I remember thinking like, you're texting me at 8 p.m. and I'm one of your best friends. Like, do you give a fuck about me?
I've had the same experience with that friend too.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting because, again, back to the concept of everyone views birthdays differently. Also, there's this concept of, which I feel like we might have touched on before, but just like doing, like sacrificing something sometimes. Like maybe you don't want to go out on a Saturday night when you have to work the next morning for your friend's birthday. I've heard this argument of, have we gotten too far into the concept of boundaries and protecting our peace?
100%.
You know, there are always going to be circumstances where things happen and maybe you have to be understanding. But
I think there was a time when I was too much the opposite way, where I was like, I had zero boundaries at all and would just like put other people before me always. But I think I found a good balance now. I do think a lot of society has gone way too far the other way, though. It's like, yes, it's you. I understand you can't fill up your other people's cups unless you fill up your own cup. So like you do have to take care of yourself. And oh my God. Hey! Oh my God, Spencer's dad. I'm like, is he like, what are these two girls doing out here with microphones and headphones?
Podcasting in their backyard. And we didn't even tell him that we were doing this.
We didn't.
So
wait, I'm like embarrassed.
Really weird.
I'm like embarrassed right now. I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
Anyways,
we're singing
he's so
karaoke.
sweet though. Yeah. What if we're just out here like,
You're like, he probably doesn't know that we have a podcast.
Yeah. So he's probably like,
this is so funny. Anyways,
wait, what was I talking about?
We've gone too far into... you were talking about yourself and how you used to have no boundaries and now you've found a better...
Yes. But I do
balance.
think a lot of people have gone too far the other way. Like, go see your friends' shows. Go stay up a few hours past your bedtime on your friend's birthday. Like, things like that. Or just if you have a friend in need, like... I don't know. Like, I feel like I had a friend going through a breakup recently and she needed a place to stay. And I'm like, yeah, you can sleep at my apartment.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if I'm tired. I had an early audition the next day too. Like, sometimes things like that, you're like, yes, like, yeah. Sometimes you just have to do things for your friends and the people you love.
Lost the plot, I don't know, a little bit when it comes to relationships, and like sometimes you just have to do things for others because that's what it means to maintain and have relationships in your life.
Yeah.
And I think, trust me, I'm all for boundaries and protecting your peace and all that for sure. But yeah, when it comes to certain things,
do things for people sometimes and not to get something out of it, just because like everyone needs help sometimes.
And that's like what building a community is. I think there's like a loneliness epidemic too, growing in our world with the rise of social media. And people complain about being lonely, but then they don't invest in their community. Yeah. Which is something that trust me, I'm not, this is like an aspect of my life I have not mastered and I'm working on it. But one thing at a time, because I've been working on a lot of other things, but like community is something that I want to lean into more.
Yeah.
In my future, building community and maintaining it is one of the hardest things as an adult, at least in your 20s. From my experience, like that's one of the hardest aspects for me personally. And that is something that I want to like learn how to do better. And I feel like I had moments of that in my life where I was really good at being a leader in the community. That sounds weird, but like, were there
The
a leader
mayor.
in the community. No,
Dude,
but
I
like,
slowly keep getting more and more into the sun.
yeah, we're almost done. Are you like sweating, dying?
I'm not dying.
Okay. We can almost be done, but I want to make this one last point. Like, I feel like I know that's in me because in college and in high school and when I would work at theaters, like I was always initiating plans with people, always hosting things, like always doing things. And then I remember there was this one day in college where everyone after class went to my room and I wasn't even there. And I was like hanging out with one other friend somewhere else. And then people were texting me like, where are you? Like, come hang out. Everyone was in my bedroom. And I was like,
where are you? Come hang out.
And they're in my bedroom. I'm like, what?
That's
All that
so
to say,
funny.
like, I feel like I had to neglect that part of myself for a little bit to focus on my inner self and other things. And that I do not regret at all because I needed more boundaries. I needed to like figure out my life and my stuff. But community is important, and that means showing up for your friends on their birthdays if you can, if you're in town and you're not sick dying on your deathbed.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. Moral of the story is show up for people.
Show up for people. The take home is...
Okay, one, I think if you feel birthday depression and anxiety, you're not alone. It's a very common experience.
It really is.
Be communicative about it. Know that you're not alone. And
look out for the people around you too. And like, what maybe birthdays aren't a big deal to you, but maybe they are to others. And just be aware of what others need from you, and vice versa. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want and need from your friends. And birthdays
are weird.
Can be a big deal, but they don't have to be. And it's like, whatever. They're weird. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't have to be as deep as society makes it. Just take things day by day, and everything will be okay.
Yep. And you do you, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm like so hot now.
Yeah. Okay. And everyone has a birthday, if that makes you feel less alone.
Literally everyone, all of us.
Okay, yeah, we're getting hot and we want to enjoy our pool day.
Yep, time to swim.
So we're going to break this equipment down and enjoy that. But thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our special Florida episode. And yeah, follow us at Take It Home Pod on any of the platforms, Instagram, TikTok. You can watch this on YouTube if you're not already. And
we love you.
Do all the things. Okay. New episode every Thursday.
Yay!